additional pieces of actionable intelligence that Shaw traded on. Once I saw that nothing was happening, my standards became lower, London admitted. On that fateful spring afternoon in 2013, London met Shaw in a Starbucks parking lot. After a cursory greeting, Shaw handed London a small black bag containing a manila envelope. "I think we made a little bit more on Deckers than we anticipated," Shaw explained. The company had announced record fourth-quarter earnings the prior week, and the stock had jumped 15% in response, much as Shaw expected, since he relied on information provided by London. As a KPMG client, Deckers' earnings were available for London to view ahead of their public release to the market. Inside the manila envelope was $5,000 in cash. Shaw apologized that he had only $5,000 with him. London told him to keep the money and they'd figure it out later. But Shaw persisted and London took the envelope. Shaw asked London what he thought he should do with the remaining options he still had on Deckers. "Sell it and take the profits?" Shaw asked. London paused briefly, then responded, "Yeah, sell it and take the profit. Trust me, we're going to have more opportunities, so why risk losing anything of the profit that you got?" Had London and Shaw been alone in the parking lot that afternoon, this brief interaction would have been quickly forgotten. But they weren't alone. Not far away was a van with FBI agents armed with a camera and telephoto lens. They snapped a photograph of London, on the left, accepting the envelope and conspiring to provide inside information to Shaw. Shaw, someone whom London considered a close friend, wore a wire during their entire conversation. A week and a half later, London answered a knock at his door at 8:15 in the morning. Two men wearing suits presented their identification as FBI agents. At London's kitchen table, the agents told him that they were aware of his discussions with Shaw and the profits Shaw had made by trading on this information. To the agent's surprise, London quickly admitted his guilt. "I knew straight away that my KPMG career was over. Regardless of whether I fought it and sought advice from an attorney first, the likely outcome was set." After 20 minutes, the agents left and London steeled himself for a difficult discussion with his wife and children. London would soon begin to prepare for the next, more difficult chapter of his life. To most outside observers, London's offense is obvious. In providing information to Shaw, London violated the confidentiality he owed his clients. Confidentiality was a sacred pillar at KPMG, as it was among all auditors. In an elevator, in a restaurant, in any public place, you don't talk about anything sensitive that's client-related. Those rules were firmly ingrained, explained London. I knew those rules, and I was expected to set an example for everyone that worked for me. Yet London supplied a friend with advance notice of upcoming news about several clients. Why would London violate the confidentiality rules that he himself had long preached to others and engage in insider trading? He had a prosperous career with an annual income nearing the 7-figure mark and an enviable family life. In return for the information he provided Shaw, he received some concert tickets, a Rolex watch, and a few envelopes containing cash, together valued at less than $70,000. London's 30-year career as a successful auditor ended on April 5, 2013, the day he was arrested and terminated by KPMG. Today, we would take KPMG's decision to fire London for granted. A professional does not violate the confidence of clients, and those who do deserve to be punished. However, this turns out to be a startlingly modern view. In the early 1960s, when Robert Morgenthau was the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, one of the most prestigious and powerful prosecutorial positions in the United States, arresting an accountant was tantamount to turning on one's own. The general policy was not to indict and try lawyers and accountants on the ground they are professional people and that this would be too harsh a step, Morgenthau recalled. Actions that today earn long jail sentences, from insider trading to the manipulation of financial statements, were not widely seen as criminal until the middle of the 20th century, when an academic from a Midwestern university began proclaiming that everybody had it all wrong. Illuminating Executive Misconduct. On the evening of December 27, 1939.